All right, well here we are today at Fingal Bay Caravan Park. Thanks for letting us come and have a look through your beautiful zone. We're also going to have a look today at the tow rig, so well done on that. The Ram 1500, it looks amazing. Love your colour. But one of the things we wanted to do, we caught up with you guys at the Sydney showroom. You guys allowed us to interview you inside one of our vans just to talk a bit about your experience. And today what's really exciting is we're going to actually go through your van and how you've set it up. So part of the reason we want to view it is just to see the differences that people set up and the way that they camp. So we'll give you guys a good look at that. Again, thanks for letting us do that. Really appreciate it. And yeah, let's go have a look, eh? Thank you so much for giving us a look around this thing. But Brad, can you tell us, how did you end up in a Ram 1500?
Oh, mate, various reasons. Tow capacity, performance, economy is really good in these things. It's actually quite good. It's got height adjustable suspension that I can change from inside the car.
Yeah, which is unreal.
The airbags, that's all standard. You know, there was nothing much that I had to do to this vehicle other than the power cable and the safety day wiring going into the cabin. Everything else is basically bog standard.
Yeah,
so everything
awesome.
comes already done.
Yeah, it's ready to go out of the box.
Electric brakes are already integrated.
What is the actual torque of this car?
Mate, I couldn't tell you, to be honest. I think it's about 490 newton meters, but I could be
whatever it is,
that.
It's got plenty of horsepower, and the transmission, I'm not sure how many, do you know what the sort of...
8-speed?
8-speed, yeah.
Yep.
So that seems to work. It's not clunky at all, it works really nice.
Just glides through the gears, you don't even know it's changing half the time,
It handles beautifully, drives beautifully, you allowed me to drive it, so thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Just such a nice car.
They are.
Well done, mate.
Yeah.
So one of the really important things about anyone who buys a Zone RV is actually our configuration. So when you would have went on the configurator, there's two really key things that we do on that: weight, pricing, obviously, and your options. So let's have a chat today to Brad about how you and Mary actually optioned up this van. We thought we'd start at the front with the toolbox. When people overload these things or don't load them properly, it causes issues. So we build our vans to be loaded, because we expect you're going to go out and camp and enjoy it and take lots of stuff with you. But there's people who go sometimes over it and there's people who go under it. Yeah. Where are you at, mate?
Well, I'm definitely on the conservative side of loading it. I'm not frightened to put weight in there because I know that I can.
You need it.
I can deal with that because I've got such a light ball weight from tear. So I just run a small toolkit. There are other tools that I carry as well, but just a little grab bag there, just full of some essentials. This tool bag that you give us at handover is just amazing. The jack's in there, everything's in there that I need, all my air stuff. It's all ready there and ready to go. Other than that, I just carry my water hoses, my electrical leads, my drain hoses. The cover for the mat outside here is in there. That's pretty much it.
Mate, for a mechanic, I'm absolutely impressed that you haven't got way too many tools in there, because I would have assumed you would have. You opted, obviously, diesel, hot water is standard, but you obviously went the heater as well.
Absolutely. I would not be without that diesel heater.
No.
And the diesel hot water is just incredible. It's amazing. Uses very, very little fuel.
Yep.
And you've got, the two big tanks on the front.
So
they last you
litres.
for weeks and weeks off-road.
And then you've got your tunnel boot with all your Barbie slides. You opted that, obviously?
We opted for the Barbie slide because it's nearly impossible to get something like that fitted aftermarket.
Yeah.
And I wanted that to be right. I wanted, I wanted to make sure that it was sturdy. I wanted to make sure it was factory fitted. That way I know that it's been engineered properly and it's good to go. So we just run the Weber.
Yeah, nice.
Which fits in there rather nicely.
Yeah, obviously this was a mod you've done.
I did do that because otherwise she tends to slide around.
Yep, for sure.
So I just strap it down when we're travelling.
Nice.
Connect it up to the gas point that's here.
Latest generation Weber. Nice.
Yeah, it's a great little bit of gear, and I wouldn't be without that. That's an absolute game changer.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference and doesn't add a lot of weight because it's got a composite board in it, stainless over the top, but they work really well.
They do.
So one of the things I noticed in yours particularly, you didn't opt for the paint protection pack, so that's our tough coating. You've had it for 12 months. Obviously yours looks immaculate. I mean, you haven't had the opportunity to get too far away yet, but what do you think about that decision now?
I definitely would change that if I had. I would definitely opt for the protection pack again.
Yeah.
If I went second time.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of those things that once we do start to get off-road, it'll come into its own.
So it's funny, isn't it, when you configure something then you use it, it's sort of like sometimes people feel like we don't give enough options, but from the creative perspective, there's reasons why we do and don't do things.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, it's challenging those things, and you want to give people options too, so they feel like they get to be part of the creativity of it. Mm-hmm. Your experience, like you went through that configurator?
Oh, I went through the configurator many times, and you know, checking weights and prices and things like that.
Yeah.
And there were certain things that I was not negotiable on.
Yeah.
I was definitely not negotiable on disc brakes.
Yeah, I see that. You've gone disc.
Would not have drum brakes in a pink fit.
No.
They're coming from the mechanical field. They're too difficult to get right.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure that you get the stability assist, but honestly, with these things, you know, you just don't get them out of shape. If you put the weight where it's supposed to be and it's designed for that, that's what you guys have done. It's so easy to get that stuff right now because you've got that ball weight that you can load up and do it safely. I've never had this looking anything like out of shape, but the braking performance is just
good,
unbelievable.
Well, one of the things I was going to ask you, mate, which is opposite to me, you've gone the manual awning. Reason for that?
Well, probably more so from a perspective of not having a potential issue.
Okay.
But I can tell you now, if I had the time over again, I would definitely go the electric awning.
Yeah. Okay.
I've seen that one on yours. Push a button.
Yeah.
15 seconds later, it's out. Tie it down. You're done.
Yeah. And you tend to use it more.
Yes.
I found when I had manuals, I don't as much. I'll put them out halfway and all sorts of stuff. But it's, you know, you've been the same. You're out there at night, you're shutting things and that, or you tend to not put it out.
Yeah.
Now I'm not afraid to do either.
Yeah.
Plus I know my partner can do it and it's really simple, whereas this one, there's no way Elisa was jumping out at night, oh, I think I might just shut that down for you. No. Like...
Exactly. And it's definitely something that I would once again opt for would be the electric awning.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's have a look at one of my favourite parts of the van, which is actually outdoor kitchen. So one of the nice things, mate, I think this is absolutely game-changing, the old ice machine, eh?
The ice maker, yeah. It's
well done.
Coming into summer, and yeah, definitely it's nice to be able to put the ice in the drinks, and it just sits and does its thing, and all of a sudden you've got to empty it, and you've got a couple of kilos worth of ice.
And it's pretty quick, eh?
Oh yeah, it's actually quite quick. It'll fill a basket up in half an hour.
So obviously you got your outdoor kitchen set up. Now, I know we talked about this yesterday. So far, you haven't had a lot of time to do a lot of this out here, but you're getting more of that. One of the nice advantages of all this is, when you want to entertain, you've already got that automatic table. We used to just have those little tables, and you just found, I've seen heaps of people around here that have just got, their cooker or one thing. You can't really. This is quite nice, isn't it?
It's great, and the induction cooktop out here plugs straight into the power lead, which ends up running off either, if you're plugged in, off 240 or through the inverter, which is absolutely brilliant. I love the storage that you've got in here. We can just put everything in here. This Sylvie stuff is just absolutely amazing, just magnetised, and they just fit up there, and they just don't move.
Nah,
they
it's
just
incredible.
Do not move, and it's incredible. Yeah, it's great, great bit of gear.
It's really good that you've got all your little customization things that you've done. You've got hot and cold water out here. Yeah. Makes it pretty simple, doesn't it?
The plumbed in line that you've got, you can just get hot water in an instant. You can wash up out here if you want any of the greasy stuff. It's just so easy.
Yeah.
Bring the television out. It's a great spot to sit and watch the TV. With Starlink, because it's all Wi-Fi capable, you can broadcast anything onto the TV that you want. And it just gets you outside, because after all, that's what these lifestyles are all about, aren't they?
Yeah, it's nice having the comfort inside. If you're like me, if the flies are bad and that, I'm hiding in there to eat my meal. Yep. I don't like flies being around while I'm eating it. But it's so good to have both setups, and just to be able to, the flexibility to cook outside. And some things you obviously don't want to cook them inside a caravan. The other thing too, what's really nice about a Zone, dust is finished. So that's our dust prevention system. Shut the door.
Yeah, there's no dust gets in them. It's simple as that.
Let's have a look at the ladder situation. So working with the fireys as well, you would have been excited to have a little ladder.
Oh, absolutely.
So mate, why did you go that option with the ladder?
Oh, well, ease of access to the roof, cleaning the solar panels.
Cameras.
Yeah, cameras. You can just get up on the roof, you can check things out, you can, you know, if you've got any issues up there, oftentimes parked under trees, you'll have twigs and leaves and, and birds like to do their thing up there. So having the ladder saves you having to carry one, which I used to have to with my motorhome. Ladder was an absolute no-brainer for me.
People ask me all the time, do they hold? They never come undone. Nah.
Never had it come undone.
Corrugation and stuff.
Yeah.
One spare wheel, mate.
One, yep.
Bike carrier.
Yep.
So you've got all that stuff well done.
Yep.
How's this working out for you guys?
Yeah, it's great. Love our mattress topper on our bed. It's this mattress is more comfortable than the one we have at home. I keep saying to Brad that I could happily live in here because it's just the bee's knees. Works great. Love the foot compartments, the storage area at the side.
Well, don't they?
You think the cupboard storage is fantastic. There's so much room.
Do you guys, like, so in our Sojourn, we run one side hanging, one side, you probably similar?
I use that side. Brad's got hanging that side.
Yep.
Overhead. Up the top has just got stuff in it. It's fabulous. Love it.
Charging, all the rest of it.
Oh, charging's great. And I mean, you can't even see that stuff behind there.
Yeah, it's tucked away.
It's all tucked away, it's private and under the bed.
Do you run much stuff under there?
Yeah, I'll show you. Don't mind the mess.
That's all right.
But
I'm sure you haven't got a
there's
mess.
plenty of storage under there.
Wow.
And it's easy to lift.
Yeah, you can do all that easy.
Yeah, I'm not the strongest person, so I can just lift that up and down with ease, which is great.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's great. Love it.
So obviously, plenty of lighting.
Plenty of lighting.
I'm sure Brad looks after all this side of it as far as cleaning and the roof and stuff.
Yeah, he does.
You went the chaise lounge, which
we did.
Was there a reason you chose that over the other one?
Yeah, for the grandkids. If ever the grandkids come, we got the mattress insert.
And I saw that,
there.
So you can make another decent bed for those guys. I'm with you.
Drop the table.
Drop that and there.
Yep.
So that works nice. You went the leather option.
We did. I love the diamond stitching.
Yep. So that's cool. And you went the black, white, and is that rock ash? I think that colour.
I think it is from memory.
Yeah.
Yes, and I like that because it's neutral.
Yeah.
And I can add my own splash of colour in any way. I can change it up, and I do change it up. I've got different coloured towels
for different
and what
times
have you that I like to have a bit of a change.
Sometimes we get criticised for not giving people enough of those options, but the idea is exactly what you just said. You can come and add all your own flair to it and your own styling. And you've absolutely done that in here, which is cool. And like you said, you change it.
I do. And the beauty of it is, like you just said, with people that have definite colours on cupboard doors or what have you, you're stuck with it.
Yeah, it's hard to change.
You can't change it.
The cool side of things. Let's have a look in your drawers and how you do things and where you got stuff in your cupboards. So,
yeah, sure. Sounds good. So I love the convenience of this. You just grab and go.
Yeah.
You know, cooktop's right there.
Magnetised.
They're fabulous.
Never falls off.
Never falls off. And I love these drawers. I love the size of the pot drawers. I mean, this is a big air fryer.
That is a big air fryer. So dual. It's a dual one?
Yeah, it's a dual one.
Mate, that's a machine.
Just slide it, sit it in, take it out, piece of cake. So,
that's so good.
Yeah, and self-closed drawers. I wish I had that luxury at my place in my own kitchen at home. But anyway, that's life. So yeah, there's so much storage in this caravan. It's just not funny.
So let's talk fridge, freezers and storage for all your pantry. So one of the nice things in a Sojourn, straight in, you can unload. Obviously, you guys do that a lot.
Yep.
How are you going with all of that configuration? You've got that all nutted?
It's great. I mean, this pantry is just the greatest with the slide-out drawers.
Yeah, it makes it easy.
And plenty of storage for food and everything.
Yeah.
I love it. I wouldn't be without that.
No, that makes a nice feature, doesn't it? It's just easy, you can get it, it's just like home.
Yeah, exactly. And the fridge, heaps and heaps of storage in the fridge.
Looks
and the
awesome.
freezer, yep.
Aircon, have you done much of that yet?
Love it. Would not be without it.
No,
I'm
it
an
makes a big difference. Yeah.
I'm an aircon girl.
Yeah, and it makes a big, and actually today, even where we are, it's quite hot down here today. So it's nice, eh? It just makes a huge difference for your camping experience. And then especially summer, a lot of people want to go camping summer, it gets too hot. This way you can
got the
have
best of
some
both
comfort,
worlds.
eh?
Yes, exactly. And also our diesel heater.
Yeah,
Yes.
diesel heat's
Would not
really
be
good.
without that.
So we're down in your ensuite area, shower, toilet, washing, basin.
Yes.
How's all that working for you?
Great. Love the washing machine. Use it quite a bit actually, and hardly uses any water.
Yeah.
Nice and easy to use. Would not be without it.
No, very simple, eh? And things in the past, people thought they weren't worth it. They're so worth it.
They are so.
Now they've got a little bit bigger. I think ours is 3 kilo and they're about a 2.5.
Right.
So there's a little bit more room now too in the new one. So that's a nice little upgrade. It's composting toilet. Your first experience with all that?
Yeah, great. Easy to use,
Yep.
easy to maintain. Once
Pretty
you get into the
simple.
rhythm, you're done. You're right.
Yeah, a lot easier than the, doing the old dropping the cassettes and all that nonsense.
Doing the walk of shame.
Yes,
at the caravan
yeah, my
park
kids
or
used
wherever
to
it is.
film me, always doing the walk of shame.
Yes.
So, no, it's nice, mate. You've got this really cool and it works really well.
Yep.
Overhead fan sucks any of the moisture out.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
Windows.
And once again, with the colours, you put your own splash of colour
Correct,
on there.
yeah.
I've got terracotta, I've got green, I've got blue.
You can mix it
I
up.
can mix it up
Yeah, no, it's
however
nice.
I feel.
It's really nice, Mary. You guys have got a beautiful van and a great little home on wheels.
Yeah.
And look forward to following your adventures.
Thank you.
So there's lots of transitions and different stages of life. You're in probably, I think, one of the best ones. Time to retire, relax, spend some time with each other, but your family and different people. What's your advice to retirees that are getting ready? You know, been in your own business for a while and you've been able to help your kids get into a business. So you've done a lot of cool things that a lot of Aussies would like to do. And now you're living the dream. What would be your advice you guys would pass on to people in that sort of situation and heading towards that? Because for you, a couple of years ago, you started this journey, researching, I'm sure.
Yeah, we researched this really heavily, both tow vehicle and van. Came up with the Zone for all the reasons that we've already talked about, the engineering, the styling, everything about that. I think it's important that when we get to our stage in life and we have retired, that it's important to be comfortable in what we do. Have everything, have the comforts of home. We've got plenty of power, we've got plenty of water, we've got vehicles that are reliable, they're safe. You know, we can go inside, we can lock ourselves inside, you know, if the weather turns bad and we know that we're not going to have any problems. You know, and I think that's really important because as we get older, we become a little bit more fragile. We're not, you know, years gone by, we took tents with us and we had, we didn't even have roof toppers in those days, you know, they were just canvas tents and, you know, eskies full of ice. Those days are long gone.
Yeah, with the ice machine behind you.
Right, yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
Now you're making it.
Yeah, and I can make that off grid.
Yeah.
You know, all I need is water and power and I've got heaps of both. So it's not an
funny,
issue.
hey, that whole progression. It's incredible really where it's got to. Airbags, you know, leveling up even is just, we used to cart all this stuff to make things level. Now you just press a button. Like, it's pretty crazy, but no, that's awesome. Well, I think you've really encouraged some people to have a look at that and get out there and start touring them for themselves. So thanks for that. Appreciate it, guys.
You're welcome.
Again, just really appreciate today taking time out, showing other people how you've set yours up. It's a credit to both of you and your family and the way that you look after your things. And I can see the value in what you've done and the reasons you bought your Zone and how you use it. So thanks for letting us to do that. I know that's not easy. But I really do appreciate that. So thanks very much, guys.
No problem. Welcome, mate.